Okay, everybody, let's start the video and we're going to continue with our next paper 2. Okay, this will be the second paper 2. So we should end about 9 p.m. Oh, paper 1, sorry, paper 1, yeah. Okay, now, so before we start, just to let you know that we'll come on Thursday, Friday. No more online lesson already. So we'll come on Thursday, Friday. Thursday and Saturday, it is your test. All right, so you will be doing a test, a paper 2 test. Okay, so take note.
We're doing it there.
Yeah, you're coming here to do. You're coming here to do. Okay, give me
Wait,
a
what test?
paper 2 test. Paper 2 test.
What
Right,
school?
Miss Ong won't tell you. All right, it could be my own test for you. So you don't know what you will be getting. But the paper 2 test, Miss Ong must tell you, it is not going to be hard. It's not going to be easy. But it won't be so hard. It will be normal, standard. All right, quite normal to many schools.
You say
Okay.
it won't be hard.
It won't be very hard. Neither is it very easy. So you'll be it's a very fair paper. So which means that if you never study, you'll be hard lah. If you never study, never practice, then you'll be hard. Okay, let's go to your page 1, question 1, and again, we go through slowly, okay, because I think we got time. Okay, so question 1, answer is 1. Okay, question 1 is 1, and how to do that? So once again, if you don't know how to get the number, you change 1 by 1. 8 million, so write as a numeral, right? And 21,000, so write as a numeral, and 15. Okay, and then what do? Then you just plus them together. So this is a bit longer way of doing. And your answer is number 1. Okay, that's how you get your numeral. Okay, which of the number? Okay, what's the answer for question 2? Answer is 4. And how do you get number 4? You have to change the cm to meter. So from small to big, you have to divide. So you take 3015 and divide. Remember, small to big. What is small to big? It means small unit to big unit. You divide. Divide by 100 because 1 meter is 100. So how do you shift the decimal point? You can't shift because there's no decimal point. You have to change the whole number into a decimal. Then you shift 1 and 2. Okay, and you will get 30.15. Right, so 30.15 meter. That's how I get number 4. All right, next one, shortcut. What's the shortcut? You have to divide or cancel the zeros. How do you cancel the zeros? When you divide numbers with zeros, you remove 1 0 and the other number also remove 1 0. And your number becomes smaller. 420 divided by 3. Shortcut again, cover the 0. Okay, cover. And you have 42. Right, 42 divided by 3. So what is 42 divided by 3? You get 14. And then put back the 0. And that's how you get 140. Okay, so this is how you do faster without calculator. Okay, question number 4.
What's the answer?
The answer is number 3. Okay, how do you round to nearest hundreds? Okay, revise. So to round to nearest hundreds, you draw a line to show the last 2 digits. Why? Because nearest hundreds got 2 zeros. So you show the last 2 digits, which is on the right side. Then you look at the digits on the nearest to the line. Is it 5 or bigger? No. So you don't add 1. You have 4, 5, 7 hundreds. That's how you round off the nearest hundreds. Okay, got it? Okay, let's go to number 5. So Mr. don't expect you to make the same mistake because all these are gone through already. Like this one, you should know how to do already, right? So how many quarters? What's the answer first? Question 5, your answer is number 2. So how many quarters means how many 1 over 4? So when you see a mixed number,
Mr. Ong.
Yeah.
Later, can I?
Nathan. Yeah, you can. But Nathan, Miss you to just for this whole lesson, don't ask question, okay? Ask question after the lesson. Okay, otherwise we can't finish. Yeah, because you always ask a lot of questions. Okay, let's move on. Now, change the mixed number into an improper fraction. So 5 times 2, 10 plus 1. Okay, and you will get 11 over 2. Hang on for a while. I need to disable. No chatting. During the lesson, there should be no chatting. No one talking to anybody during the lesson. Okay.
No one has ever even chatted yet.
Yeah, then Mr. can see somebody chatting already. Okay, how many quarters are there in 5.5? So change the mixed number into an improper fraction, and you will get 11 half. Right, 11 half. 11 half is not quarters. So how do you get quarters? You have to make the half into a quarters. So 2 times 2, quarters already. 11 times 2, and you get 22 quarters. Answer number 2. Okay, question number 6.
What's the
Right,
answer?
question number 6, the answer is number 3. So again, this one you should know how to do already. To get the missing number, you always get your simplest form. So divide by 8. Think of a bigger number to divide. Divide by 8, you get 3. 32 divided by 8, you get 4. Use the simplest form to get your missing number, which is already there. Your missing number is 3. 3 is to 4, right? So you always get the simplest form to then use the simplest form to find your missing number. Okay, Wilfred, can you start your video? Okay, now, given that FE is the base of triangle FEG, now there are many triangles over here. You will need to know what triangle are you looking at, which is FEG. So take your color pencil and highlight the triangle you're looking at. And if FE is the base, if this is the base, then what's the height? Never use your eyes. Okay, you will never see Mr. use the eyes to find the height. So we always use a ruler. A ruler to find the height. So how do you use the ruler to find the height? Take the ruler and put it on the base. Okay, and so you should not make any mistake from here onwards already. So take your ruler, put on the base, and shift the ruler up and down along the line until you see a line that is same side as the ruler. Can you see a line that is parallel with the ruler? That's the height of the triangle, which is kg. So your answer is number 2. No more making mistakes. No more telling me don't know how to find the height. You should be using a ruler to find the height.
kg is like kilogram.
Mr. can't understand what you're talking because few people are talking at the same time. Need to raise your hand, otherwise I cannot understand what you're talking.
But I got this answer correct.
Nathan, I need to mute your voice already. You didn't raise your hand. Okay, yeah, Darius, question.
I thought we learned this like long ago. We
learned this long time ago, but some of you still forget. You still get the answer wrong.
But I still remember.
Yeah, if you get it correct, yeah, you learn. Otherwise, you didn't learn. You didn't remember what you learned. Question 8. Now you should know how to do this already, right? Which is the closest to 1? Question 8, your answer is number 4. Now, to get your answer, which is closest to 1, you have to find the difference. You take 1 whole, which is 4 quarter minus 3 quarter, you get 1 quarter. That's the difference, right? Yeah, Lucas, you raise your hand, Lucas.
I don't have this paper.
This is a Catholic paper. Mr. has sent to all your parents already. Yeah, you should know already. All the parents have known. Okay, how about 4 over 3? 4 over 3, what is your 1 whole? 1 whole is 3/3 with the same denominator. So you have another difference. What is 4/5? So you take 5/5 minus 4/5 to get difference, which is 1/5. And 7 over 6 is an improper fraction. You minus 1 whole, which is the same denominator, you get 1 over 6. So which is the closest to 1? You look for the smallest fraction. The smallest fraction is the one with the biggest denominator, and that is the nearest, the closest to 1. Okay, all right, let's go to question number 9.
What's the answer?
The answer for question 9 is number 3. Okay, number 3. Okay, now the cuboid is standing. It has a square base. So square base means all the sides are the same. So how do you find the volume? Formula. Volume is length times breadth. Okay, length times breadth or length times height. Okay, and then do your working. 9 times 9, 81. 81 times 25. So there's no shortcut here. Actually, there's a shortcut to do this, but Mr. won't teach you because I want you to know how to multiply 2-digit number. There's a shortcut to do this. Okay, so 81 times 25, you get 2025, which is the volume of the cuboid. Okay, Wilfred, Hannah, start video. Otherwise, Mr. say bye-bye to you already. Okay, so no more anyone else who off the video. You can say bye-bye already. Okay, let's go to question 10. All right, question 10. What's the answer for question 10? Question 10, the answer is number 1. Okay, how do you find average score? To find the average score, you always have to find the total score. So you go and plus them together, right? And you plus them together, you will get how many? I'm going to use my calculator to do a bit faster. And you will get total, which is 210. Now, you never find average if you never divide. If you never divide, you did not find average. You have to divide by 3%. And that's how you get the average score, 70. All right, those of you who never divide, you never Never find average. You have to divide. Okay, question 11. What's the answer? Oh, question 11 we can't do because the box.
Yeah, I was about to tell you that question level was so blank.
So we will skip this question because we can't see, right? We can't see what's inside. So
Mi-
I'll give you
Mr.
2 marks.
Ong,
But can you tell us the answer?
Okay, the answer for question 11 is number 2. Okay, number 2. Okay, yeah, Nathan, you
Yes,
raise
I
hand,
got
then
it
Mr. Ong will
correct.
answer you. All right, anyone who don't raise hand, I'm not going to answer you. Not only that, I'm going to mute you also. Question
I
12.
can unmute.
Question 12, the answer is what? Question 12, your answer will be number 1. Okay, and how to do that? Okay, ratio means ratio method. So Amira has a total of 216 roses, orchids, and lilies. The ratio of the roses to the orchids to the lily. So you write out, label your ratio. Those of you who have written ratio, but you never label, no good, because you need to label so that you know how many units is each type of flowers. And ratio must have a total. Right? Why do I label? So that I know that the roses is 3. If you never label, how you know what is 3? Then 4 units is the orchids, and then the lilies is what? 2 units, and the total is 9 units. Yeah. So how many lilies? How many lilies? So can we find? Yeah, there's a total of 216 flowers, which is 9 units. So when you write your ratio, these are all called units already, right? So you take 9 unit equal 216, then you find 1 unit. So do your working, 216 divided by 9, your 1 unit is 24. Lilies has 2 units, so 24 times 2, answer 48. Okay, of course, paper one, you can see it's not right like that, but you don't have to write like that because you need to do fast. You only have 1 hour. So you do your working, get the answer quickly. But for paper 2, you have to write your steps very clearly for paper 2. You cannot skip the steps. Okay, question 13. Somebody for background, Nathan, mute your background. Question 13. Question 13, isn't this the same? Look like the same as just now, right? At the amusement park, there were 400 children. This percentage
What's the
is...
answer?
Oh, what's the answer? Question 13, the answer is 2. So this percentage is talking about what? Look at what's behind the off. It's talking about the children, which is everybody, 100%. Okay? So you can start to write your statements, percentage statements. 100 units, arrow sign. Take note, anybody who show me like that, equal sign, minus marks already. All right, so never have equal sign for percentage. It's always arrow sign. So 100% is 400. Let's do some jumping. Okay, what is jumping? Do I need to find 1%? Can, but can I jump? Yeah, I can jump. So 100% minus 32% is 68%. So you can also jump. How do you want to jump? You think, all right, if you don't know how to jump, you find 1%. But I can divide by, divide by what? Divide by 4. No, divide by what? Divide by what? Divide by, what can we divide? Divide by, now if you have difficulty jumping, all right, then what do you do? Like this song suddenly got stuck, don't know how to jump. Then in the exam, if you don't know how to jump, then straight away just find 1%, which is also very fast, right? So 400 divided by 100, you get 4. So 1 unit is 4. Then 68 units will be 68 times 4. Okay, isn't that will be much faster if you don't know how to jump? Yep. Okay, and your answer is 272. Got it? All right, let's go to question 14. Answer. Okay, question 14, your answer is number 4. Question 14, answer is 4. Now again, when you see fractions, model, right? Model. So if you don't draw a model, it might be a little hard for you. So there was some chocolate and vanilla. So your 2/5 is talking about what? Chocolate cakes. And your 2/3 is talking about what? The vanilla. So can you plus them together? Cannot. They are talking about different cakes. So you cannot plus them together. But can I draw? Yeah, can I draw? Yeah, I can draw. Chocolate cakes, how many boxes? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, see how to do. This question you think is very hard. But when you draw the model, you find that it's really very easy. So 2 boxes were sold. So what do you do? Okay, label 2 boxes were sold and 3 boxes must be left, label. And 2/3 of the vanilla cakes were also sold, right? So how do you draw that? If you are not very sure, don't worry. Do you see there's an important word here? There was an equal chocolate and vanilla left. When you see something equal to something, what did Mr. Ong tell you before? Your dotted line. Right, dotted line. You don't have a dotted line, you will not know how to draw. When do you have a dotted line? When something is equal to something. So there was an equal chocolate and vanilla left. Do you know how to draw the vanilla left? Like this long? Isn't that equal chocolate and vanilla left? Right? Which is how many boxes left? Right, you sold 2/3. So you must have 1/3 left, long. So you have 1 box left. So you must have sold how many boxes? You must have sold 2 boxes. Am I correct? You have sold 2/3 of the vanilla. And now you have 1/3 of the vanilla left. Agree? And then what do you do next? Cut the boxes equally. Right? This is called model drawing. Cut it equally. Every big box becomes 3, right? And then now all the boxes are called what? They are called units. All right, so now your model becomes very clear. Am I solving? I'm not solving. I'm just drawing. And now can I solve already? So what was the ratio of the chocolate cakes to the vanilla cakes at first? Isn't that 5:9? Right? I'm not solving. Only when you draw already, then you find that it's very easy to solve. Okay, that's your model drawing. If you see fractions. Okay, let's go to question 15. Right, question 15. And
What's the answer?
okay, this one is a little. Okay, answer is 1. Okay, now this one you will have to prove. You cannot just look at use your eyes to know to see. So your statement A, MJK, where is your MJK? MJK, this angle is
Just saw
equal to EFG, EFG. So do they look equal? Do they look equal? They look like equal, but how do you know? Can you prove it? Mr. Ong say it's not equal, even though it looks like they're equal. Now, how do you prove it? Very simple. Now, can you see the lines? There's a reason for the square boxes there. That's a reason. All right. So if I look at this blue dot to this blue dot, how do you move? All right. And by the way, this line is 3 units. Isn't this the same? 3 also? 3 units? Yeah, 3 units. Same, right? How do you move from this blue dot to the other blue dot? How do you move? 1, 2. So you have 2 already, right? 1, 2, 3. 3. Okay, now go to the other diagram. And do you have the same pattern also? Do you have the same pattern? Do you have 2, 3? No. 1, that's 1 already, 1. And then 1, 2, 3. You don't have the same pattern. It's 1, 3. That was 2, 3, but this is 1, 3. So it tells you what? It tells you the 2 lines. What are the 2 lines? It tells you that this line and this line, they are different, not the same length. And not only the same, they are not the same length, but they are also at a different angle. So the 2 angles are not the same. Right? These 2 angles are not the same. So statement A is wrong. Do you understand how to see already? You have to count the squares to show whether they are identical. If they are identical, you should have 2, 3 already, right? If they are identical, there should be 2, 3. But it's not. It's not 2, 3. It's 1, 3. Okay, got it? Okay, now next one. I'm going to erase everything because we need to go to statement B. So let's erase all this. Okay, and then we look at statement B. Statement B says LMJ. Where is LMJ? LMJ. Okay, so this angle plus MJK. Where is your MJK? MJK. So plus this angle. If you plus them together, that is what? 180 degrees. Well, true or not true? Okay, let's prove it. This line and this line, they are parallel. All right, can you see why they are parallel? They are equal distance apart. Parallel lines means equal distance apart.
Parallelogram.
Yeah. So because these two lines
Wonder
are
why it's
parallel.
called
Nathan, I'm
parallelogram.
talking, Nathan. Now these 2 lines are parallel. So the angles between these 2 lines will have to add together, become 180 degrees. So when does this property apply? This property applies when you have angles between the 2 lines that are parallel. So when these 2 lines are parallel, then the angle, what angle? Now this angle and this angle, add together must be 180 degrees. Very important property, because this property will help you to do the very hard questions in paper 2. Okay, paper 2. Okay, so your statement B is therefore correct. Okay, all right, next one. EH is parallel to JM. Okay, let's erase all these things, right? So EH, so where is your EH, which is over here? Is it parallel to JM? JM looks like, oh, that's not parallel, huh? That's not parallel, because why? Parallel means they don't meet, and they must look like pointing in the same direction. Yeah, this is how it looks like parallel. But these two blue lines that you see, they are not parallel. Why? Because if you continue drawing, what happened? They will meet. If you continue drawing, they will meet. Understand? All right. Parallel lines are lines that don't meet. Okay, they don't meet. They are equal distance apart. So your statement C is wrong. Okay, so therefore your answer has to be number 1. Okay, let's go to booklet B. Any question before we go to booklet D? No questions, huh? Okay, now let's go to question 16. Okay, now you can see that Mr. don't really answer a lot of questions because there are many students here. So we will keep the questions later if you need to ask later. Okay, question 16, your answer is what? Your answer will be, okay, question 16, answer is 39. Okay, so let's revise. I think there is a what? There is a plus, right? It's a plus there. Yeah, Ina, question, Ina?
Mr. My mom forgot to print out this page.
Yeah, but you should know, right? Mr. Yeah, you should know, right? Mr. reminded everybody already. Yeah, so you still have to hand in the paper, but your marks will be reflected as, no, you have lesser marks if you don't have this page. Okay, now, what do you do first? You have to do the more important operation, minus, plus, and times. Which one is most important? Times. So your arrow sign, 35 minus 14 plus 18. Okay, then you have minus and plus. Which one do you do first? They are equally important. Minus and plus, they are equally important. So do left to right. So you have 25. How come the answer is different? Mr. has a different answer here. Plus 18, I get 43. Did anybody get 43? Nobody? Or did I have a mistake? Do I have a mistake? I have a mistake? Okay, let's try again. Maybe Mr. has a mistake. Let me just erase everything.
You got the plus 8, no way.
Okay, you do the times first, right? Am I correct? Times first, So 35 minus 14 plus 18, right? Agree? And then you have minus and plus. Which one do you do first?
I think you did 35 minus 14 wrong because I got 21.
Yeah. We still have a calculation error. 35
Plus
minus
10 is
14. So what's the danger here? Don't do mental sum. So the mistake I make will be quite similar to yours when you do mental sums. So 35 minus 14 is 21. So do your working to get the answer. Then you plus 18 and you get 39. So now we get the answer correct. So lesson here, don't do mental sums. Okay, sometimes you still do mental sum because you want to do a bit faster, but you're doing exam. So exam is not, okay, it's different. You have to be very careful. Okay, question 17, what's the answer? Your answer will be 10.06. And how do you find the missing number? Very simple. If you cannot compare the decimal, just make it a little bigger. See, a little bigger. And then count the gaps. Okay, count the gaps. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you have 5 gaps. And how big? You take 10.00 minus 9.90, do your working. You will get 0.10. Okay, that's 5 gaps. Then what is 1 gap? Okay, then do your dividing, right? Do your dividing, or by say a shortcut. Yeah, that's a shortcut. Then divide by 5 is 2, so 0.02. Okay, so your 1 gap is 0.02. Then start counting. So you have 10.02, 0.4, and 0.6. Understand? Okay, so you have to count the gaps. Then you have to find how big is 1 gap before you can find the missing number. Okay, question 18. Let's go to the next one. Question 18. Now, question 18, what's the answer? You will need to write down your simplest form, which is answer 3/20. Okay, this is your concept. To change the percentage into fraction, always remember, it's always over 100. The percentage is always over 100. Okay, this is your concept already. Okay, all right, then simplest form. Divide by 5. 15 divided by 5 is 3. And then 100 divided by 5 is 20. So your simplest form is 3 over 20. Okay? All right. So every time you want to change percentage to fraction, what you do is always over 100. Yeah, Nathan, question, Nathan.
I go toilet.
Now,
Aren't
don't
you
go to,
supposed to go toilet during the break?
yeah, that's right, Nathan. This is a lesson now. You don't want to miss a lesson. Okay, let's continue.
And there are
Now,
opinion.
okay, just what's the answer for this? What's the volume? Question 19, your volume is 12 cm cube. Okay, now this one, there's a danger here. All right, there's a danger here because those of you who do this way, okay, you need to count how many cubes. So how many cubes? 3, 3, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1. And then you add all the cubes. So 3, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And because you counted 12 and you put your answer here 12, you are very lucky because the unit is given to you. You get your full marks, but it's actually wrong because the question is asking you what's the volume. The question never asks you how many. How many? Understand there's a big difference. So what is the volume? So if there are 12 cubes, then what's the volume of 12 cubes?
Also 12.
So you have to find the volume
12.
of 1 cube. What is the volume of 1 cube? 1 cm times length times breadth times height, right? That's the volume of 1 cube. And then you got 12 cubes, so 12 times 1 cm cube. And that's how you get your answer 12. Do you understand? Because if you just count the cube and you put the answer there 12, you're wrong because that is how many. You're supposed to find the volume. So you have to multiply by the volume of 1 cube to get your answer. Okay, but you're lucky because why? The unit is given to you. That's why you still get the answer correct. But if it's a paper 2, then you will see what happened. You are minus marks already. Okay, question number 20. What's the answer for question 20? 2 and 2 over 7. Okay, again, do I draw model for this? No, never draw model when there is a special, when it's a special fraction. You don't draw model. So how to find the left over? How do you find the ribbon left? 3 meters is 3 holes. Okay, and please don't go and change it to decimal. There was a student who go and change it to decimal and you make everything harder. Why do you make harder when this is a fraction problem? If it's a fraction problem, your answer is fraction. If it's a decimal problem, your answer is decimal. Understand? Right? You don't go and change your fraction answer to decimal because you make everything harder. So I will write my answer as fraction. So 3 whole minus 2 over 9. Okay? And how to minus? Change the whole number into a mixed number. Take out 1 whole, 2 wholes left, and the 1 whole becomes a fraction with the same denominator. Yeah, and then you can minus already. So 2 wholes minus nothing is still 2 wholes. 9 minus 2, 7 over 9 meters. Very simple, right? Okay, so if it's a fraction problem, you write as fraction answer. If it's a decimal problem, decimal answer, unless the question tells you.
Mr. Ong, you write 2 out of 7 instead of 7 out of 9.
The answer key is 2 and 2 over 7. So answer key wrong or Mr. Ong wrong? Let me see. This is question.
I think you are correct. I think the answer key is wrong.
Yeah, the answer key is wrong because the answer key put 2 and 2 over 7. Okay, answer key is wrong. So the answer is 2 and 7 over 9. So if you're looking at the answer key, please.
Why answer key always wrong?
So check your, don't look at the answer key, by the way. Mr. will still go through.
I didn't. My dad
Okay,
pulled up the answer
yeah.
key.
Okay, let's go to question 31. Okay, now, we did that in our, just now the paper 1. So by now you should know that you cannot take 2 over 9 kg minus 1/3 because these two fractions are different. Okay, the answer is, what's the answer? The answer is 4 over 27 kilogram. If you get it wrong, it means you are repeating the same mistake, right? You get minus, you can make the denominator the same. The two fractions are talking about different things. You have to go and find.
Oh, I did not minus, but I got it wrong.
You have to
I went
find.
to time.
Okay, hang on for a while. Let me just mute Nathan for a while, Nathan, because we're not interrupted by you. Okay, you're muted, Nathan, for a while. Now, he used 1/3 of each to bake a cake. So you have to go and find how much he used. So he didn't use 1/3 kg, right? You have to go and find how much is 1/3 of 1/3 of his times. And what is eat? Eat refers to what? It refers to the flour. which is 2/9 kg. This is what you are supposed to do, or your teacher has taught you, right? So 1/3 of the flour. So 1/3 times 2/9. And then you will get 1 times 2 and 3 times 9. So he has used 2/27 kg, which is not correct because you're supposed to find how much left. So you take 2/9 kg, which is at first, and you minus 2/27 kg. Now you can minus already because the two fractions are talking about the same thing. So how to minus? Make the denominator the same. 9 times 3 and 2 times 3. Then minus 2 and 2/27 kg, and you can minus, and you will get 4/27 kg. Do you understand how to do now? Okay, understand now already? Yeah? So you'll be tested in your paper 1. This kind of question, very common in the exams. Okay, all right, let's go to question 22. Okay, question 22.
What's the answer?
Yeah, the answer is 6:7. Okay, ratio. So ratio means ratio method. Okay, ratio method. And when you think of methods, model drawing,
Mr.
assumption. Yeah, Darius.
I forgot to simplify.
Yeah. When you think of methods, don't just think about assumption, grouping, model. Ratio is also a method. Understand? Ratio is a big method also. You can use ratio to solve questions which don't have ratio inside. You know that? Okay, now a bag contains some red, blue, and green. The ratio of the red to blue is 2:3. Ratio method, red is to blue, 2:3. Okay, and if you don't know whether to put the total, then just put the total there. It's okay. And then the ratio of the blue to the green is 9:7. So label your ratio, 9:7, and the total is 16. Am I correct? Okay, then what do you do next? Compare. What is the same? In these two ratio, what is the same? The blue and the blue, same color, but different numbers. So you have to make them equal. So you times 3, times 3, and times 3. And you will get 6:9:15. And then the other ratio, there is no change. And once you make the blue to be the same color, what do you call them? You can call them all units. All units already. But before that, they are not all units. That's right. They are called parts and units, or units and parts. Understand? Very important concept here. When you have different ratios, they are parts and units. Only when you make them equal, then they all become units already. Right? Is that what the teacher has taught you? Okay. All right. Then now can we solve? So what is the ratio of the red to the green? So you cancel the old ratio. No need to see already. So what's the red? 6 to green. Where's the green? 7. So your answer must be 6:7. Okay, I'm very sure this will also be tested in your exam, how you apply ratio to solve questions like this.
I just simplify minus all the marks.
Simple. Sorry, Darius, what do you say?
I didn't simplify my ratio. So
simplify your ratio, but you can see that I didn't simplify anything.
Yeah, I also didn't simplify.
Yeah, there's nothing for me to simplify over here. Yeah. Okay. All right, Lucas. Lucas, are you sitting properly or are you lying down, Lucas?
I've been
Yeah.
raising my hand.
Yeah. So make sure you are sitting properly. Because by the way, just to let you know that this lesson is going to be made public. It's going to be available for the whole Singapore to watch. Okay, so you don't want to.
Wait, why is it available for the whole Singapore to watch?
Because Mr. wants to help more students who are not able to.
So you're putting on where? YouTube?
Will be in my YouTube channel. Okay, YouTube channel.
Oh my gosh, your face.
I raised my hand. I've been raising my hand since just now.
Okay, now Nathan, I'm not answering you because you have no time now to answer a lot of questions. Question 23, your answer is what? Your answer is $48. Okay, now this is a before and after question. So your exam will definitely or most likely have before and after problem. What's your method? Model drawing, before and after model. So if you never draw your model, it's going to be very hard, okay, unless you're good in math. So I want you to always try to draw your model if you want to do well, okay? If you want to do well, then apply your methods, okay? So you have two models, okay? Two models. Sam had more than Henry. And you can see that Mr. Ong never think about solving. I'm just drawing only. Okay, so it means that you have to know how to draw and draw well. After spending the same money, So what happened? Same amount means equal. Equal. So each of them spend equal. What is that? Dotted line. Dotted line. Okay, dotted line. Who is background? Somebody background need to mute. All right.
Nathan, no.
Okay, Xing Hong, your background need to mute.
It's not mine, it's the Nathan.
Okay, now, so each of them spent equal amount. What happened? There must be a dotted line to show that each of them has spent equal amount. Can you see the invisible box, which is gone already? Okay, so they spend equal amount, which is gone. So where is the leftover? The leftover money is here. All right, see, this is the leftover. Got it? And then what happened? Now Sam had 3 times. So you have 3 units, and then you have 1 time, which is 1 unit. Okay, so Henry has 1 time left. Question mark, how much did Henry have left? So your question mark will be over here. That's how you draw your model, which is not, I mean, if you can draw the model, it becomes very easy already. All right. Now, Nathan, please mute yourself. Okay, Nathan, mute your background. Okay, now this is a before and after problem. What is unchanged? Always remember, think about what is unchanged. Is the total unchanged? No, the total become lesser already. Is one person unchanged? No, everybody has spent money, so everybody all changed. So is everything changed? Everything all changed? Half correct, half wrong. Okay, there is something unchanged, which is the difference. The difference is still the same, which is still $96. So once you understand that, everything becomes easier. So you can see that your 2 units, 3 unit minus 1 unit, you have 2 units. So when you draw a model, you compare. You always compare your model to find how many more, how many less. So you have 2 units more, which is $96 more. And that is how much? How much is 1 unit? 96 divided by 2, $48. So Henry has how much left? Henry has 1 unit left. And isn't your answer $48? If you draw a good model, your steps are very few. Sometimes no steps also, sometimes.
Mr. Ong.
Yeah, who is that again?
There is.
Yeah. Okay, Nathan. Yeah, there is. Question? Okay, let me have some time for question. All right, who needs to ask questions now?
I don't say anything.
Okay, let's move on. Okay, now we don't want to make this time into a scolding time. It's not nice because everyone can hear. So you need to follow the rules, okay? All right, question 34. Let's go on to question 34. So what's the lesson before we move on? You have to draw your before and after problem if you don't know how to do, right? If you can draw out the model, it will be simple, very easy to solve already, okay? Otherwise, it will be quite hard. Okay, question 24, let's go on. Now, what's the answer for question 24? The answer is 1 and 2/5. Okay, 1 and 2/5. Okay, now, this is a part where some of you get confused. What divide by what? So what should you do? Or how do you avoid being confused? 5 children. Yeah, but some of you 7 or 5 divided by 7 or 7 divided by 5. So which one?
No, 7 divided by 5 because 7 pizzas.
Yeah, but how do you know? Like some of the students, you don't know why, right? So this is why. You write down like this. 5 children share 7 pizza. Write like this, write like this. Then one child will get how many? Remember your rates, okay, your rates topic. So how do you get one child? You divide by 5, right, to get 1. Then on the other side, you do the same. This is how you avoid being confused, whether 7 divided by 5 or 5 divided by 7. That's how you avoid being confused. And then you have to do your dividing. So 7 divided by 5. So 1 times 5, that's a remainder 2, right? And how to get your mixed number? 1, 2, 5. That's your mixed number. So each child get 1 and 2/5 pizza. Do you understand now? So next time, if you, in your exam, you have this kind of question, you do this way. Okay, and you will not get confused, whether 5 divided by 7 or 7 divided by 5. Okay, let's go to question 25. Okay. Okay, question 25. Same thing again, and you'll see the answer later. Okay, you'll see the answer later. Okay, so for Hannah, there's only one answer here, right? You have to stand in front. Always stand in front first, face the front. Then after that, you look down. Okay, look down. Okay, now miss, and there's a cube there, right? So you have 1, 2, and 3. 3, 1, 2, 1. So when you look down, okay, when you look down, you have 3, 1, 2, 1. Okay, hang on for a while. Nathan, Miss need you to mute your background because I think it's very noisy on your side, Nathan. Okay, so 3, 1, 2, 1. Okay, 3, 1, 2, 1. So how do you draw the top view? It's done for you partially. So 3, 1. Okay, 3, 1, 2, 1. That's how you draw. Okay, that's how. If those of you who don't know how to draw your top view, you can do this way. All right, you count the squares. Okay, count the square. Okay, how do you count the square? 3. That's 3 already. 1, 2, 1. Okay, 3, 1, 2, 1. And then you produce onto your drawing. Okay, how about the side view? Now the side view also similar. The side view, you have 2. Okay, 2, 1, and 2. 2, 1, 2. All right, then you draw the missing square. 2, 1, and 2. What is 2, 1, 2?
Mr. Ong,
Yep, Hannah,
I can't really see
can't see. Can you see
for
the
the
drawing?
top view a bit. Yeah, okay, now
Okay, can see already, yeah? Okay, so that's how you color how many squares. You have to count the squares, all right? And then you do something like this: 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1. Okay, top view, there's only one drawing, no other drawings. Okay, let's go down to the next one. Okay, next one, and okay, next page. Okay, all right. Question 26. What's the
What's
answer?
the answer?
The answer is 15. Okay, 15 degrees. Okay, now isosceles triangle. Those of you who are still confused with isosceles triangle, which two angles are equal? In this isosceles triangle, there are 3 angles there, but which 2 are equal? You have to look at the lines that are equal. Can you see these 2 sides? The angles at the end of the 2 sides, they are the same. Okay, that's how you recognize. All right, but you need to please put a question mark first before you do anything. What is your DCB? Where's your DCB? DCB. This is your question mark. So always put a question mark before you do any solving so that you don't find the wrong thing. And then look for easy angles after that. Is there any angles that are easy to find? Yes, there is. This angle. Okay, so sum of angles in the triangle is 180 minus 85 minus 65, you get 30. Your picture cannot be very clean, right? No clean pictures, you're going to put numbers there. And because it's paper 1, so there's no need to write equations, right? Paper 2, you have to show the equations. Okay, what is the angle? What's the angle there? How do you find the other easy angle? So the other easy angle is over here. 180 angle on
150.
yeah, 180 minus 30, 150. Okay, and then can you find each of these 2 angles that are the same?
180 minus 150.
And divide by 2. Yeah, so 180 minus 150 is 30. 30 divided by 2, 15 and 15. Okay, so please know.
Mr. Ong,
Yeah, Darius?
I cannot turn on my video for some reason.
Okay, it's okay, but try to turn on if you can. So after this lesson onwards, you must know how to recognize isosceles triangle. What are the 2 angles that are equal? No more confused already. Okay. All right. Question 27. Okay. Question 27. This is also very simple. Okay. Let's look at it. Mobile phone
What's
cost.
the answer?
Oh, what's the answer? Question 37. The answer is $405. Okay. Now, how to do this? Before you have a 25% discount, you always start with 100%, which is your base. Your teacher talk about the base. Always start with 100% first, which is the price at first, the price at the beginning. That is $540. And he bought a 35% discount. So how many percent do you pay? So you have to take 100%. Every time there's a discount, what do? You have to minus, right? 100% minus 25%, you only pay 75%. So how much is 75%? So can we do some jumping? Now, why do I want to do jumping? All right, listen carefully. Okay, I want to do jumping so that it will be easier. Because if I don't do jumping, what will happen? Don't copy down, don't copy down. You find 1%, which is, then you must divide, right? You get $5.40. And then after that, you have to find how much is 75%. Can you see there's a lot of working? You have to take $5.40 times 75, and then you must do some working, right? So can we do a bit faster? Yeah, that's where we jump. Okay, we do jumping. So when we do jumping, we can do faster. So how do we do jumping? Okay, you need to jump to what? 75%. Am I correct? So you just have to divide by what? So think, divide by, what do you want to divide? Divide by 5. Okay, divide by 5. Or divide by what? Divide by, okay, what do you want to divide by? Yeah, divide by, what is a good? Divide by 4. Okay, yeah, we should divide by 4. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, Miss Not didn't think of that. And then after that, you can times 3. Times 3. Okay, that's jumping, right? Okay, then on the other side, you follow, you divide by 4 also. So you can see the working is much easier. So you take 540 divided by 4, do your working, you will get $135, and then you jump again times 3, right? Times 3. And you will get how much? $405. So this way of doing will be a little bit faster, less working. Okay, less working. But if you don't know how to do this way, then what do? You find 1%. All right, go and find 1%, how much? Then later go and find 75%. Also can. Okay, are you clear so far, everybody? Understand what I'm talking about? Huh? Okay, question 28. Let's go on to the next one. Now, question 28, your answer is 35 kilogram. So if you don't know how
one correct.
So if you don't know how to do, you draw your model, average model. So the average mass of 3 bags is 45 kg. Immediately, can you find the total? You take average times 3. So 45 times 3, what do you get? So 45 times 3, you will get 135 kilogram. Okay, that's the simple step. Even if you don't know how to do in the exam, always do simple steps. And then what do? The mass of bag A is 30 kilogram. So you can draw your simple model. And bag B is twice as heavy. So is it heavier than bag A? I don't know. So you just anyhow draw. Okay, just anyhow draw. We are not sure. Bag B is twice as heavy as bag C. Yeah. And what's their total mass? Which is 135. And the boxes here, you can call it units. And what's the mass of bag C, which is the question mark. So that is how you do. Even if you don't know how to do, that's where your method comes. You think of your method and use the method to solve. Right? Okay, then what do you do now? You take 135 and minus 30 to get B and C. And that will give you 105 kg, which is 3 units. Then you take 105 and then you divide by 3. Am I correct? Now paper one, what do? You want to do faster, right? So so you don't need to what? You don't need to write down the statements. Okay, you don't have to write the statement. Just quickly work out, get the working, do the working, get the answer, and then just fill in. Okay, fill in so that you can do faster and get your answer and move on to the next question. Right, paper one, you don't need to write your equation too clearly. Just have to show the working. Show the working, get the answer, move on to the next question because it's only 1 hour. So that's how your bag C is 35 kg. Okay, got it? Understand? Okay. All right, let's go on to question 29. Question 29. Okay, now what's the answer for question 29? False and true. Okay, false and true. Okay, how to do this? It looks a little hard. Rachel, Jolene, and Eileen each brought an equal amount of money. Okay, and then Jolene spent $25 more than Rachel and $25 less than Eileen. Okay, now who is that? Can someone tell me who is that person? Is it Nathan? Is it
I'm muted.
Okay, who was that? The sound?
I don't know. Last week.
Okay.
Was muted, definitely.
Okay, maybe someone help me to take note who is that person who's making the sound because I need to remove that person. Now, all right, now this kind of question, if you don't know how to do, you draw a model because you see more than, less than. Okay, how to do? All right, so let's Miss Tong don't know how to do this actually because it looks like quite hard. It looks a bit quite hard. That's when I will have to think of what to do. What method do I need, or what method can I use to solve? So I draw a model. Yeah, each of them brought an equal amount of money. Okay, and Jolie spent $35 more than Rachel. Okay, so let's cut here. And this is spend, right? Okay, so this will be, okay, label, okay? It's always important to label so that you know, okay, take time to label, okay? So this is your $25 more. So Jolene spent $25 more than Rachel and $25 lesser than Eileen. So which means that Eileen must have spent $25 more than Rachel. This is language. So you have to understand the English. So Eileen must have spent $25 more than who? More than Jolene. So you have to cut here a bit bigger. So this is the spend. So Eileen spent $25 more than Jolene. Can you see what I'm doing? All right, so where is the leftover? The leftover money is over here. So Rachel got so much left, Jolene got so much left, and Eileen got the least money left. So when you draw your model, doesn't it become everything clearer now? Becomes a bit clearer? Okay, so Jolene had more money left than Rachel. So where is the left? The left is the blue color, right? The left. So you look at the model and do you have Jolene more money left than Rachel? No, it's not true. Jolene got less money left than Rachel. So that's why your answer is false. If you look at the blue color boxes. Do you understand? Jolene, if you look at the model, Jolene got less money left, lesser money left than Rachel. Okay, look at part B. Eileen had the least money left. Of course, if you look at the Eileen's blue rectangle, isn't that the shortest? The shortest, which is the least money left. And that's how you solve this problem using model. When I look at this question at the beginning, I don't know how to do because it looks a bit confusing. So what do? You break down the problem by using your methods. That's how you break down the problem. Understand? Okay, last question. Question 30. Question 30. Okay, this one, lucky day. Now, if this is a very good good question because you don't need to think about methods, but you must know how to draw. All right, this is a totally different kind of question. If you know how to draw, you can score very well for this question. So you want to draw parallelogram. So you need to draw a sketch. Okay, a sketch. Okay, so what is a sketch? It means that you draw what you see on the picture, and then you do a rough sketch on how it's going to look like. So you will need to draw something like this. Something like this. It's not perfect. It's a rough sketch. So A, B, C, and D. So you're going to do something like that. Okay. So in the exam, if you don't know how to draw, always have a rough sketch. Right? Don't go and think in your mind how to draw. It's a waste of time. Put it on the paper. All right. Have a rough sketch. And once you get the rough sketch, then what do? Go and do on the real drawing. All right. This is how we do. Ready? Okay. Can you see this line? So how to draw opposite, which is the same length. How to draw? There's a reason for the square boxes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2. What's the pattern? 4 and 2. Okay. Do the same thing from this corner. You do the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, right? 4 and 2, right? And then you will notice something quite funny. It doesn't look parallel, even though it's the same pattern. So it means that you move wrongly, right? So just change the way you move. So how do we change the way we move? So maybe how about instead of 4, you 2 first. 2. Okay, 2. Okay, 2. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 already, right? Then you have 2, 4, right? 2, 4. Same, right? So your dot is over here. Yeah. And then use a ruler. Join. Doesn't it looks quite nice already? Then you join. That is your parallelogram. Okay.
But it's not done yet. You mark
yeah, but it's not done yet.
lines.
There's a lot of things not done yet. You have to put A, B, C, D. Still not done yet because arrowheads, and still not done yet.
You erase everything.
You have to erase all the unwanted. Okay, you have to erase all those unwanted lines. Okay, all the unwanted lines. Oops, yeah, what happened? Give me a while first, Miss Tong. When where's that? Okay, where is that? Okay, you have to erase. Give me a while. Yeah. Okay, so you have to erase all the unwanted lines. Never leave your answer like that because your teacher will just mark it you will just minus marks. So erase all this, okay? Or and when you do your rough sketch, by the way, your rough sketch, please don't draw onto the square boxes. Can you see that Mr. Ong drawing is actually the rough sketch is on the square boxes already? So don't draw onto the square boxes, right? So draw outside the square box, right? Your rough sketch must be outside the square box. And your rough sketch don't need to erase. Okay, don't have to erase because it's outside the square boxes. But whatever that's inside the square boxes, you need to erase, and you get full marks already. Okay, A, B, C, D. Do you understand how to draw now? Okay.
Wait, we can leave already.
Wait. So, okay, let me finish first. Okay. Yeah. So when you see square boxes, there is a reason for the square boxes. You have to count the squares. There's a reason. Okay, for all these square boxes. Okay, so we are done. We are done for this paper 2 lesson. So okay, so your exam is tomorrow, right? For the Clementi school. So what happened is after your exam is over, you still have to come back and take another exam. Okay, Mr. Exam for you. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so that will be on Thursday when you come. Okay, any questions before we leave? Why you look so stressed?
Wait, can go now.
Okay, yeah. If there's no questions, I'll see you on this coming Thursday. All right, everybody must come back for lesson already.
Okay,
Okay,
I see you on
goodbye.
Thursday, Mr. Ong.
Yeah. Okay, goodbye, everybody. See you next week.
Bye.
Okay, goodbye.
On Saturday, I'm coming on Thursday.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, I'm gonna end the whole thing already. Okay.
I'm going to see your YouTube video, by the way.
Yeah. Okay. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Darius. Bye, everybody, and
Bye,
see you
Mr.
next
Ong.
lesson. Yep. Goodbye. Okay. Bye, Lucas. Bye, Nathan.